Hello, this video message is for Mark Dice. First of all, I just want to thank you for being able to produce a video commentary without using or incorporating the words Illuminati skank or whore or what have you. So on that front, I would like to give you a big round of applause. On the next front, I would like to put a couple of different myths that you put out in your video to rest, because I do think that you have a responsibility to the public that you're serving, being in the media for the different ideas that have to revolve around the Illuminati and New World Order and what have you. So when you put out propaganda, the only thing that I have to say in regards to this is, instead of just continually being opinionated, perhaps maybe you could try being informed. This might help. So to start with, just a couple of the things that you mentioned in your video, and to give the counterbalance for food for thought for the issue, how about I just start now? First, you said that in the video that she's playing Isis, Katy Perry. That's only at the end, and that's when she transforms into Isis, because the majority of the video clip, she is not portraying Isis. Who she is portraying is Cleopatra. So that's the first false thing that you said in your video commentary. And second of all, in regards to when you mentioned that she'll be eating your heart out like Jeffrey Dahmer, first of all, that was not Katy Perry who was saying that. That was Juicy J's line. And what Juicy J exactly said was, "She's a beast, I call her karma. She'll eat your heart out like Jeffrey Dahmer." And what that's saying is, karma is a beast. And if you don't do good, then she's a beast and she will get you for it 3 times over. So that's false information number 2. Number 3 is that you go on to explain and say that because she is just positioned with a snake, that she is in love or having some sort of love letter to Satan. First of all, the serpent does not represent Satan. If you do a Wikipedia search on it, the snake, for a long time before, and this is long before the Christians came in and birthed the Library of Alexandria to keep wisdom and knowledge at bay, is that the serpent actually was serving the purpose similar to the yin and yang symbol as good and evil. And it also represents birth and life. And it also represents many other different things, and which is fertility, hope, and this is from the Hopi Indian community. So before you just make these allegations, how about just reading up a little bit beforehand? Because there's lots of symbols in life that if you look at them from one thing and one thing only, yeah, you could say everything is evil. And you know, not to make fun or whatever, but 95% of your videos, all they do is criticize and just add to the noise of negativity. Perhaps if you just take a step back and try to actually come up with a solution, or look for a little bit deeper than just the surface of the issues, maybe you'll be able to find something a little bit more with substance to it. So to continue, and to give you a prime example of what I'm talking about with the symbols, is that, for instance, the swastika. This has been and yes, it's linked with the Nazis and everything like this. But before that, if you look up the terminology of the swastika, it's meaning of Sanskrit, and the Su means good, and Asti means to be, and it also represents life, sun, power. So, you know, just because Christian religion, they twist and modify the different things, you have to look at what the actual basis of it was in the past. Because if you look and you actually dig a little bit deeper into the Christianity, you'll realize that Christianity is actually, it's not even, they are just taking Egypt mythology and basically copying it. To put it lightly or bluntly, is that if you look, and I have lots of different video links and literature that you can look up on, but actually Horus is Jesus is the equivalent to Horus, Mary is the equivalent to Isis, God is the equivalent to Osiris, and Amen when you're actually praying Amen, this comes from Amon, which is also Egyptian, and it goes on and it goes on. So, to continue, you were making an assumption about the Grammys and that she was dressed as the Knights Templar. This is another thing that I would ask you to maybe do some research upon, because the Knights Templar was not bad, okay? What happened is they ended up going to seek information for the church, the same church who burnt down the Library of Alexandria, trying to repress knowledge from people, because informed people are dangerous people. That's why any type of organized religion only seeks to keep the people dumbed down and to keep them fearful. Fearful is the most important tactic that they use, and this is a prime example of control over mass society. And so, just to give you a little research behind Katy Perry, because obviously you see one thing, you see this, that, and the other, and you make a whole life presumption about the person. Just to give you a little bit of character about Katy Perry, the video that she came out with last Friday night, the reason why she came out with that video was because the original video Friday, which was done by Rebecca Black, which Rebecca Black was made fun of so much because in the video she's singing Friday, Friday, and so at her school and everything, the people were torturing her and teasing her and making fun of her. And who stepped in to help and to say it was okay for her to express herself and whatever? It was Katy Perry. So, if you want to live your life by just mocking other people for trying to make a difference, then that's not, if you think that's giving you some sort of hall pass to go to heaven, whichever one that you consider that to be, it's not the way it goes. The way that the life happens is by action and reaction, not by thinking or trying to do good things. It's actually doing good things. So, and yes, I've seen the different videos from Katy Perry before she got started, when she was naive and not manipulative, but easy to manipulate in the beginning, because she had her dreams and she was innocent and she wanted the music industry to fill them. But this is the exact same story that happens with all the females that go into the music industry. They start off because they always take innocent ones and then they corrupt them. So, instead of looking at the hierarchy of the different thing, now you're going to poke at Katy Perry. So, continuing, the Grammys, she's wearing the Knights Templar, and the witches, the Crusades, the Knights Templar, these people, Friday the 13th, all of this was persecution and repressive knowledge. And what did they do back when people had knowledge and they were fearful because it was fear of the unknown? They stoned people to death. They killed people. So maybe she's making a commentary about this system, for instance, that she's not going to, she'd rather be dying as the hero than living falsely as a villain, So there's that. And the other comment that you made was that because she's doing a stripper pole, first of all, and she's doing it on a wood broomstick. If you actually look at the history of pole dancing, it goes back almost 800 years to Indians. They were dancing on wooden poles, and it's called malakam. And so what is the issue? Because it's a female who has power and confidence over her body, that's the issue? Because I don't see you making videos about males doing pole dancing. Are we just supposed to, it's... And this is another thing that Christianity pushes, is females are supposed to feel awkward and not be viewed as sexual creatures, or if they have it, then they're evil. I'm sorry, but that's the whole thing. Life is about balance, and this is one of the reasons why the Christian and the people did actually kill and persecute witches and, well, so claimed witches, is because exactly this. They shared points of views that were not in sync with what was good with the church. So, and to end on my own personal view of Katy Perry's Grammy performance and her latest video, this is my actual opinion of the video. First of all, take it back to the Grammys. You said yourself that she had she sold her soul to the devil or what have you to get into the music industry. And so what better way, and I'm just going to sidetrack for a second, if you ever watched the movie Inglourious Basterds, when the female character of that story is that she has the perfect storm, the perfect opportunity, similar kind of the words of Dark Horse of Katy Perry, and she has the opportunity because she will have all the Nazi elitists in one cinema, and what she ends up doing is using that time to make them understand and realize the different things that they committed to the innocent people by locking them in, by having, when they're viewing the show, to take the opportunity of that moment. So what if is that when actually Katy Perry was performing this seance or what have you at the Grammys, it wasn't something negative. What if it was Katy Perry who was actually breaking the spell and casting the thing onto all of the elite and NWO people that were in the audience? Because wouldn't that be the perfect storm? You have over 90% of the people who are responsible for all of this evil music in one place, and instead of you know, she used it for a good purpose, to set her soul free, and not only that, to break the trance that all of her fans and everybody else who is listening to it. But I mean, that's just looking at things from both sides, you know. And the other reason why I'm led to believe this is because exactly this is that her character, from the time that she's been in the spotlight, has not been one where she's trying to make fun of people or put people down. She's always trying to empower people, and she's always trying to, like the story with the Rebecca Black, she's trying to help people. So, and the other thing too is that from her, usually almost never, if there's a Grammy performance, the show is completely different from what the actual music video is. So it's funny to me that it starts off and it's like Salem witch trials at her Grammy performance. And then when she does her music clip video after having done the Grammys, is that now it's in Egypt, and it has to do with Egyptian mythology. And may I actually just interject that there's an article, and I also have links for this also, that Egyptologists, they find that her video is very accurate. And you keep saying that when she has the eye symbol, that it's the Illuminati eye, which is the top of the pyramid, which isn't just this, like I was saying with the swastika, is because some people will label it as bad when actually there is a deeper and hidden meaning to it, which is good. And the thing with the all-seeing eye, the third eye, is that it's actually the eye of Horus. Okay, and what the eye of Horus is actually a representation of the pineal gland, which is in your ear, which actually happens to be your soul. Okay, and what is the representation of the soul? The ear. So what are you supposed to be doing with your soul? Listening. Okay, and when you listen, then you're able to pick up the different frequencies and the different enlightenment that life has to offer you. Instead of everything is black or everything is white, there is a huge area of gray that you need to acknowledge. Okay, so going with this concept that it is the pineal gland and it's enlightenment. Okay, and if the Christian and the different organized religions took from the basis, which is Egyptian knowledge, okay, and everything stems from there, then it's at the end of the video clip when she transforms into Isis. This is actually a show of empowerment, that she is breaking away from the chains of what it is to be controlled by the pyramid, because she's the top of the pyramid. And what is this sending as a message? This is sending a message that you and yourself alone are the most powerful person or individual in the situation, that your mind has all the power. Okay? So this is actually a very good message to be sending to females and males alike. But we actually have the issue with it, because what do we have the issue with in the video? Oh, it's because it's a female who's empowered, who isn't controlled by diamonds, and who isn't controlled by shiny objects and things like this. Oh, yeah, we have to put a stop to that, because God forbid females stand up and actually stop being controlled by these things that, whether it's Barbie dolls or wedding rings or different things like this throughout our culture. No. Somebody stands up and tries to say that you can be your own hero, let's persecute her. Oh, and FYI, on the different people who are commenting, oh, I hate Katy Perry, because in one of the scenes, one of the people who is playing, trying to approach her with a gift and then trying to win her love, has the sign of Allah, and then his character ends up getting burned. And now, because this sign gets burned in the video, is that apparently now Katy Perry hates Muslim people. Well, I'm asking this question. I'm sorry, did she edit the video? Like, can we have the person who actually edited the video come out and have, because she's in front of the camera acting, she's not the person who is editing the video altogether with the special effects. And likewise is that she's not the director or person of cinematography who is in control of what's actually going through the lens. Okay, and second of all is that maybe on the other level is that she's sending the message that that we need to, because here, just so people don't think, this is the image of the cross, and this is the Muslim thing for Allah. And what people, they just think that they have to have some sort of symbol around their neck, and that makes them a good person. Maybe it's trying to say that maybe with all the hate and fighting and wars that have been caused over religion, maybe it's time that we leave that away from being as a label to the different things. But this is just food for thought, because, the thing that if I get anything from your videos, Mark, is that you're a fighter for freedom and the freedom of speech and what have you. But the thing is that you can't just pick and choose. It's not a buffet. You can't just say, okay, well, I respect the right of people's right of expression only if it falls into the little box of what I'm serving. Because the man on the street videos that you do, all you're doing is you're preemptively preparing these people for the thing. When you make fun of people, you're making fun of people who you have no idea what their backstory is in life. But you think that they're puppets to people who are actually in the music industry trying to put out music, and some of it does get controlled by whatever Illuminati that you're talking about. But the majority of these people, if you watch interviews about them, if you watch different things that they're doing in their life, they're not sitting on the internet spending 95% of their time insulting people or spreading out negativity or doing the different things. They're trying to make people feel better. Their songs help people from stages in their life, all types of stages in their life, whether if they're in a huge depression, if they are celebrating a happy moment, So the fact that anybody can just sit there and, say the different thing, it's like, how about you try looking at the situation, not just from your point of view, but from all points of view. And back to my original statement, is that you can't just pick and choose freedoms, because the Illuminati, NWO, whatever you want to say, is that yes, there is people who control the outcome on the different situations. However, is that there's lots of people who are in this big machine that is government, that is world issues, but they're not horrible people, is that, and this goes back to the thing of plausible deniability. Just like at the NATO or different companies like this, is that 80-95% of the people that work at these big companies that you are bashing on a regular basis, is that they're actually good-hearted people just trying to make a difference. And not everything that they do is perfect, but at least they're out there and they're trying to do something instead of just slamming people left, right, and center, So that's all I have to say on that issue. And to move on to my other analysis of the Dark Horse video is that, what was I going to say? Yeah, is that if you look at what she's actually doing in the video, they're trying to win her approval, win her heart, her love, or whatever. The first guy comes out, and he comes out with a diamond ring, a diamond. And the thing is that who invented the diamonds, who made them important or whatever in the community? It was the Bears company. Okay, so she gets presented this, and then she doesn't want it. So all of a sudden that makes her a bad person. No. And then the second guy who comes out, he's quite large, and she goes to take a bite of what looks like to be like Cheetos, and she throws it out because it doesn't taste good. And the thing is like this could also be signifying of the GMOs, you know, because it's like food that's not good, and it spits it out because it's like trying to block her taste and her eyes and scent and everything like this. And then the last guy who comes out, it's Juicy J. He's trying to fool her with the shiny objects and the cars in gold and what have you. And the thing is it's like a chariot. But the thing is that she's not fooled by all these exterior things. She sees through it. She sees that they're trying to manipulate her, and that's why she gets rid of them, because it's like a dishonor, and she's putting a stop to it. And that's why at the end of the video is that she transforms into Isis, and in the meantime, in the middle of it, she's also Aphrodite, which is the god of love. So, you know, and when she spreads her wings is because she's becoming free of all these male and exterior influences, like I said, which is a positive influence. So that's pretty much all I have to say about my rant about this. And the other thing that has to go with Egyptian culture and what have you is the tree of life, the seed of life, and all of these different things that are conveniently being left out. And just to finish this whole thing, is that something that also bothers me is that, you know, you're talking to these people and you're talking about Illuminati, and everybody hates and fears it and what have you. But if you look at history, if you rewind about like 6 years or 10 years ago, is that people were also fearful and hating conspiracy theorists and what have you. So these same people are now hating and saying the different things about the Illuminati. And what's always bugged me is that if you are illuminated, it's because you have light and knowledge, okay? So how could you have knowledge and then it's, you know, if you're enlightened, then this is a positive thing. Okay, so perhaps maybe there's more to this Illuminati situation than any of us know. Okay, because I don't know about you, but I rather die like a hero for protecting something that maybe 90% of the people think is evil or what have you, but that ends up being something that protects them. So maybe there's knowledge that we don't have, that maybe Katy Perry has, or anybody else that is associated with the Illuminati situation, because who else is involved with this Oprah? Oprah spent her whole life trying to give back to her community, because she also comes from nothing and she knows what it is. So, you know, just like, and Jesus in his own story, before he died, when he died for everybody's sins, what happened? Were the people hailing him? Oh, you're amazing. No, they stoned him to death. Okay, the guy who said that the earth wasn't flat, it was round, he also died. The female who created the thing that was able to tell what light, time, and everything that has it, with astrology and the year calendar and everything like this, she was stoned to death. So we stone these people because their ideas are ahead of their time and what have you. So, you know, anyways, just food for thought. And that's that. So, like I said, instead of just always being opinionated and just contributing constantly to the noise and negativity, How about, I don't know, trying to create solutions or offer solutions? Because it's great. You can talk about problems. You can talk about problems all day long, and you can call this person a name or whatever. But actually, if you actually dig a little bit deeper, you'll find that there's lots of reasons and things why people do things. And it's not always evil, okay? So that's the only note I wish to end this on.